Well, welcome back to another episode, guys. Welcome back to Same Old Podcast, episode 4. Why are you laughing at me?
Because, babe, the way you said it just screams help. Like, help, I need caffeine, but it's already too late, so I'm just stuck into my own.
Me,
But
me
it's okay.
complaining. Me complaining about how tired I was before, like literally the last, 2 minutes. I was like, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. And she was like, right, let's do the podcast.
We
And you can
gotta
even
do
hear
it.
it. You can even hear it in my throat. Like I've been just, when you just been speaking a lot. Like I've just been speaking a
Yes.
lot the last, the last like hour. I hope I'm not getting sick though, because I'm like,
Mm.
it feels like the baseline of it, but I'm not like nasally or anything. It's just my throat. So I think it's
From
just
just
my
using it
throat.
too much.
Yeah,
Overuse. Overuse of
overuse.
the throat. Yeah. Well, how's the weather over there?
Weird. Like it was raining for like 2 hours, like torrential rain, and now it's sunny. I'm
Oh,
like, I know. I'm like,
very
okay,
Canadian. Very
yeah.
Canadian of you.
Very,
But
very UK-esque. So, I mean,
yeah,
how's Miami?
very rainy. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yeah. Gloomy, rainy.
yeah, it's very gloomy and rainy, but
It's
yeah, I
okay.
mean, I know it's okay. It's okay. So, I mean, how has your week been? Obviously, it's Saturday today. It's Saturday 23rd today. So, how has your full week been so far?
Thank you for asking, babe. Let's not hide the fact that we've been talking for like 2 hours yesterday and a bit this week. So y'all,
Yeah,
we've catch up quite a few times
yeah.
already. But needless to say, we were going to do a little catch up. So my week has been good. Officially 3 weeks from post show from the Arnold, and I just
Eee.
want to make you note of something. Officially 29 weeks out from the Olympia.
Oh my god, you're doing it me? Fuck off.
I just pulled a Phoebe hardcore and I was laughing at myself so much. So much.
Wow. Oh my god, that's so funny. I mean, I'm a week post show. You're 3 weeks post show. I completely was like, that was off my radar completely. So the fact that you just said that, that's hilarious. 29 weeks though. That's gonna come round so quick.
I had to like double check and actually count the weeks. So what I did, I went on the Olympia website. I do 200, days. I divided by 7 and then it gives me like roughly estimate of like the amount of days, whatever, amount of weeks. But then I had to double check. I was like, wait, hold on. Like,
Hold
wait a
up.
minute. Hold up. So, no, officially 29 weeks out. So, I pulled a Phoebe on myself, totally.
We
Kind of started
love
to freak
her.
out. But, I
We
mean, no,
love
it's
her.
okay. I mean, how does it feel when I say that to you? I mean,
I mean, we haven't like actually fully made what we're doing like, I mean, I haven't anyway made what we're doing like public yet. So like people on
let's
Patreon,
do it.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all on Patreon, which love, again, shout out to Patreon. We love you galleys. We love say more gals regardless. But Patreon galleys, we've been chatting in the community chat and chatting in the comments, and yeah, we love you guys. We really like appreciate your support and everything. I mean, we haven't told them the news, so I mean, like, publicize the news. So I guess we could make this the news. But I mean, the reason Lauralie's asking if how does it make me feel is because I've decided to not compete for the rest of the year. So I'm gonna take the rest of the year off and just. I mean, we've obviously spoken about this many times, so it feels like I'm repeating myself, but just just focus on finding the love for the sport again, giving myself a break because I've done 41 shows in 8 years, and the max I've
Mad.
taken off is like 6 months, like 5 6 months, and then got back into dieting again. So I think for me, I need an extended period of time off where at least I can take off until December, and when I say off, it's not a case of like off and I'm just gonna, do whatever, but just trying to find the love for the sport again.
You're
Um,
not retiring. I feel like people
no,
need to like understand the nuance of like you're
no,
not retiring, you're not hanging your heels. It's just
no.
a au revoir. See you later. See
It's
you
a
later, alligator.
Yeah, it's a goodbye, but it's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
See you later. But I mean, how it makes me feel, if I'm honest, when you said 29 weeks and the fact that I didn't know that, that made me feel like, oh shit, like she's
You're
off.
like,
Like, am I? Do you know what I mean? My mind is not like usually again like you know what we're like I'm like 20 something weeks out or however many weeks out until this it it reminds me like okay I'm in the switching off mode now, or not off mode but like I'm not thinking about competing anymore because I haven't looked at the calendar, like I haven't looked at the many weeks out, and it's like oh shit I'm out like for this season. It feels and it felt weird when you said that. I was like oh, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it was
I
29
mean,
weeks.
no, especially like I dropped that off on you like a
No.
week post show. No,
Yeah.
it's like a week post show. Like you're barely breathing like yet,
Yeah,
and you're
I
already
know.
back to work to everything. So you know,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I mean, it's a decision that I think is right for me, and I think that's what we all have to do within competing is make sure that we make the right decisions for ourselves and stuff. So obviously, I want to try and find the right person to be coached by and move forwards with my competing journey and all that type of thing. So that's a whole new challenge in itself. I am going to Africa for 2 weeks, and I'm so excited because I'm just going to be off the grid for 2 weeks. Like, no, no posing clients, no work. I've scheduled it out, like not working, no Well, I might post a little bit on Instagram here and there, but like pretty much be off the grid, which is weird because I've never done that before.
out of office.
Yeah, out of office. So I'm excited though. I'm excited for the new
No, that's gonna be.
experiences.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it on Patreon so many times that I've spoke to you so many times about it, but I think it's everything happens at the right time and the right timing, and you're doing that trip for yourself, and really like committing to just disconnecting. Like it's gonna be so good. You're gonna come back just clear minded, um, on a lot of things into making like those big decisions. And yet again, you have so much time in front of you. Like when you say a year off, is it a year to date? Is it like a 12 months? So like from, let's say we're March 23rd today, is
Yeah.
it until March 23rd of 2025 or is it until December? And I'm getting a little precise here, but
Yeah. No, but I
I
mean
know people want to know.
yeah, I mean in my brain I have the rest of the year in terms of like the rest of the year off. So that's like what? Just under 10 months?
Yeah.
Or 10 months? 9 months, sorry? 9 months. So that's nine
No,
months. Is that
we're
9 months?
in March.
Yeah, so it's 12 months out of the year. Fuck! 9 months
No,
left.
yeah.
Or is that under? Oh my god, why am I
No,
so bad
9.
at math?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
9. I
nine.
think 9. Yeah,
Nine.
that's
So,
my.
yeah, so there's 9 months left of the year
That's
already.
it. That's
And
it. And then you're
I'll
doing the
take,
Arnold.
yeah, I'll take out. Me already thinking about what show I'm
This,
doing next year. Of course. Me already being like,
I'm
yep, I'm going to apply
planning.
for the Arnolds. I mean, no, I mean, in my brain, I have the rest of the year off to really enjoy training, you know, my off season, the bodybuilding, like just world in general again. And then we relook at in January or like before, obviously, the new year starts. Like, okay, what are we going to do for next year? Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's why I have in my head, it could be a case of like, do you know what? I'm not ready. I don't feel like I need to compete yet. Or I need more time. Do you know what I mean? I just don't know what the
Yeah.
what I'll feel like.
Of
So
course. And I think
um,
that's what makes it so cool and exciting is like the fact that you don't know. Like the unknown can be so
I
scary, but
you know
like
I hate that though.
exciting, you know? I know. I said it's scary, but then
Yeah,
when you take the fear out of it and you just start, you're like, oh shit, that's actually exciting, you know?
yeah. I am
Because you're
excited for
gonna
it.
learn a lot about yourself. Like you've never been like 9 months is not a long time when you
No,
think about it.
no.
It's gonna go by so quick. So yeah, you're gonna have to make the most out of it. So do everything in your power to make the most out of it. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
it's a new journey. It's a new venture in terms
Hmm.
of just taking that time off and just reconnecting. You know. So I'm
Do you
excited.
do you already feel like it's different right now? Like let's say you're a week post show, like knowing that you don't have a show coming up for a long time. Do you feel like it's different from all of your past like post show off season thingy?
I mean, Yes, because like I don't know why it's like massively different. Where I feel like I don't know. It's not like I do feel different, but also don't. It's like there's different. It's different because I don't have it. Like I said, I don't have a coach now, so it feels like I am just doing it for me in a way, where there's no. I don't know. It it feels weird, and I thought I would really struggle with having no one, like not no one to be accountable to, but like obviously not someone specific to be accountable to. And now
Uh-huh.
it's like, okay, I'm doing this for me now, and like I'm reconnecting with this, and I'm doing this, and not feeling like the pressure. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It feels different. So I'm it does feel different. I don't know how, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm just like, let's just take it for what it is, and not too, because you know what it's like post show. And we spoke about this on our Patreon, the last episode, but we said that like sometimes post show can be so pressure filled, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like it makes you feel like you're gonna fuck up straight away. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel like if you fuck up like straight away, it's like, oh my god, like the worst thing in the world. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
Now I've taken a bit of that pressure off myself. I'm actually wanting to do all the, I don't know, do all these things where it's not, there's just less pressure to not feel like I have to perform perfectly. If that makes sense?
Yeah, it does. And like to even like bounce off from that, like I mean, I think you made a point that every post show is like a 99% guaranteed fuck up. But says who? Like, what's the actual successful post show? Is it to
Yeah.
just stay stage lean? Is it to like what's it like define an actual successful post show? If it's not to get back into living life, it's like do you need to live life but stay within like a 5 pound range? But how much can you live life if you stay into that range and you still are like with that pressure? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
define an actual successful post show. Like someone tell me. And I don't
Yeah.
think like there's a book to it. Um,
Because
I think
everyone's
it.
different.
I think yeah. Everyone is different, and every seasons are different. Every post shows are different. Like I mean, we've spoke so many times about our post show, our balance. You know how we switch on and we switch off. Now I'm switching off, but um, it's the first time that I know like I want to see a certain weight on the scale because the mind switch that prep was completely different. I had to stay small and petite, and the thing is now I have so much energy. I have so much like happiness. I want to go to the gym. I want to like you know do the hard things, um, but I know I need to stay on that weight. So like I do,
Smallness
I still
guys.
keep my jogging and all this stuff. Which in the past I'm so proud to say that I would, you know, do no cardio and just like cut back and just returning to like as fast as I could to just a very low maintenance, like, a low maintenance like physique, I want to say, or like, I don't know how to say it best, but just no cardio, barely any training to just like reset everything in all of it.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it's different this time around. And I'm also like, I don't say that I've done any mistake in the past. I don't think I've had like a bad off season. Like I think the
No.
worst off season and the less productive off season I've ever had is when I was under eating, and
Yeah.
that was. But I don't think any of these episodes that I had, and obviously we gained weight. We're tall girlies. We're like into that maybe 20, 25 pounds. From stage weight. Now I'm in about 12 pounds stage weight, and I mean, babe, I gained that in probably the week after. The week after I was a solid 8, and now I've been navigating between like that 10 and 12 pounds from stage weight. Definitely trying to like get into that, but pretty homeostasis right now at 140, which in the past my body was thriving at like 152, and like
Yeah.
that's where my skin, my cycles were back. Um, so that's where my body was comfortable. So yeah, I'm curious, like who are we to define like a successful post show. I think
Yeah.
it's very individual, it's very goal oriented, and I wonder how you're gonna. I mean, it seems that you have everything set up until you coming back from Ghana, and I
Hmm.
think that's the best way for you to do it right now. So,
Yeah.
is that is that how you're navigating through things right now? Like, is it
Yeah.
easier on you? Like, do you feel like less pressure because you don't have something to own to anyone, or is that even like a stressor?
I think it's not. I don't think it's just that. I think I am just trying to not put as much pressure on myself or be so on like hard on myself. Not for like, oh, I ate a bagel today or I ate over my calories today. Oh, I don't be so hard on yourself. It's not that. It's more of a I don't know how to explain it. It's like don't beat up yourself so hard on the smaller like not the smaller things like the placings that you've recently got or the physique that you recently got or the things you could have done differently in prep and stuff like that. I think post show for me that's definitely something mentally I go through where it's like I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done, do you know what I mean? And kind of picking it apart, if that makes sense. And I don't really think I need to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I'm surprised that you do that. I mean, there's
I mean,
a reflection to do, and but I hope it's just in order to. Is it in order to just settle the case? It's like okay, there's that could have been done, but like very well after 41 shows, like you can't even though you take all the data, everything that happened, you need to just throw in the trash and we start from ground
restart
zero every
again.
time, right?
Yeah, it's
So
very true.
I think I mean you've collected obviously like a great amount of knowledge with like 41 show, like it's insane. Um, but they're all great lessons, the wins, even if you were like to copy paste the exact same prep, now, like it's not
Yeah, it's not
never
really the
going to be the
same.
same.
No,
Yeah. And that's, I mean, again,
exactly.
it's what makes bodybuilding exciting, if you don't thrive, thrive into like a little bit of like the unknown and just, that kind of like gold and that vision that's just kind of what to do, but what you're going to result in, it's never guaranteed, and you have to be able to like deal with that
Yeah,
very well, which is it's a skill because um, I think a human being we're just like thriving off results, and especially now it's like we want something, we get it. We want something, we get it. And us bodybuilder, it's like okay, well we want something, but and we're doing everything in order to get it, but are we
yeah,
getting it? It's not. There's no guarantee. Um, so yeah, it's the power of the journey.
yeah.
Whatever you want
It
to call it.
is. It is. I mean, so that's me. So what is what's your plans? Obviously, moving forwards. 3 weeks post show.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks post show. Post 3-time Miss Bikini International. What is your plan next? What's your moving forwards? What's your plan?
So I feel like we spoke about that, but I swear it might be Patreon. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Patreon.
Um, so yeah, no, definitely, like you said so well, and I need to say it too because it's been achieved like 3 times Miss Bikini International. Just tapping into that as much as I can, and just embodying that as much as I can, and being the role model, and being accessible. I think um, I love it where I am here in my little nest in my little gym, going home, doing the family
Yeah.
stuff, doing all this stuff is great. I have the opportunity to meet a lot of girls here that comes and they travel and all this stuff, but it's not enough. I want to be able to just, be reachable, being accessible to these girls as much as I can. And, some of them they don't have the luxury to travel. So I'm gonna take every opportunity that I can to like be at different places that I can be, meeting everyone. And yeah, if it shows, it's seminars, live, being consistent with the podcast,
Yeah.
growing Say More community is always the
Yeah.
goal. Staying consistent with that, we've been doing a great job at doing that. Thank you for holding me accountable, AF. And I think we're holding ourselves accountable, which is great. And and yeah, that's that. And then as far as competing goes, like I said, we're just gonna go straight to the Olympia. So
Ooh.
yeah, which is completely different from the plan that we originally have. Like I had a very like I mean solid to a point where like I almost signed my contract like the night of the Arnold. I was like, I'm gonna sign my Pittsburgh contract. I'm gonna sign my New York contract. I've already told everyone that I was doing both of these shows. I was like really set onto it. And then after talking with Kim and getting amazing feedback from the judges, I was just like, we both agreed that it was in our best interest to just rest my body. You know, we brought that body up, you know, to a very good size, which is a small size. It was a very difficult prep, you know, like when we look back, I was like, shit, like no wonder I'm tired. No wonder I feel it in my joint everywhere. You know, it was tough. But it was athletically tough. It was not tough because of emotional. It was not tough because of psychological, spiritual. Like everything was like else was aligned in a good place. It was just athletically hard, and that's how it's supposed to be. If
Yeah.
prep is hard on other aspect of your life, maybe you should reconsider. And I'm talking about, you know, mostly amateur. Like I think the pro league, like there's some stuff that we need to suck it up sometimes. But as far as like amateur goes, like don't sacrifice family time, don't sacrifice your studies, don't sacrifice, you know, I think there's a time and place for everything in life. You know, we don't have always that luxury as professional. We need to show up as like where it needs to be. um, but you know, there's a certain level, but in this time it was just athletically hard,
Yeah.
which that in itself is a big accomplishment for me. But I didn't realize. I was like, well, that prep was fun. I was like, wait, but that shit was fucking hard actually,
That
but
was
it was still
hard.
fun.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. But it was still fun. So so yeah, just resting up the body, bringing something
Exciting.
like just fresh, and like I said, keeping it pretty close to stage. So when, you know, comes July time, you know, that's when we're gonna start prep for the Olympia. The fact that I actually have a date for the Olympia prep start debut is actually nuts in my book, because you know how I am. I'm just like
Yeah.
little free bird, Peruvian food every other day, like YOLO.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think it's
but
good
no
that you're again like we've
strategy,
spoken about. Yeah, we've spoken about this before in
strategy.
terms of strategizing your post show a little bit better now. And or not actually, I take that back. Not better, but more consistent for what you need it to be for your goal that you have in mind. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I think that's really exciting because again, it's new for you as well in terms of sticking to where you need to be or where you want to be. Sorry, and then obviously going for that title
I just
in
yeah,
Olympia time.
I just think like the part of the strategy is just to keep the alignment. You know, I think the past Olympia was a lot of alignment and proof that when you're aligned, like things go as they should be, you know, for the most part. And same thing with you, like you need to like stay aligned, like whatever decision you're making. That's why it's going to be a hard decision, but it's alignment, alignment. What aligns with your
Yeah.
values, your principles, and everything. And your, you know, there's a lot of elimination process before adding on to anything. And now I'm in the, you know, possible, you know, we're adding on maybe sponsorships, we're adding on maybe like collaborations and all these things. But it's like, okay, what sticks to like the actual person that I want to be, and what's aligned with my goal, and like the goal I need to like be aligned with the Olympia. So all of this that I'm doing now is going to be for that. Everything that I'm doing now is for having kids in 2 years, having, you know, it's all these things that I need to keep aligned for. And it's like, it's way more straight than when I started the podcast 1 year ago. Was like, my alignment was like, there's a line, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like both of us are just kind of like getting aligned with, and it's just part of life, girl. Like we're 28, 29, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we need to get our shit straight, you know, as much as we can.
Yeah.
And by that I just mean like all the freaking chakras, all the shit is like aligned.
Yeah. It's exciting though. It is really, really exciting to think about in terms of like I think the biggest thing that I think obviously both of us have probably gone through in the last like couple of months or even year is change. And I think it's like how have we like We go, big eyes. How have we adapted to that change, or how have we felt
Yeah.
during that change? Because one thing that a lot of people obviously messaged me and all that type of thing have asked me, like, how do you feel now that there's been a big change and
Yeah.
there's something different in your life, or you're going through something different and blah blah blah. And I'm like, if I'm honest, it's all about like the change, like you've said before, can be scary, but it also can be super great. Do you know what I mean? Like it's needed for growth and stuff as well. And I think that's just what I've got in my head in terms of like, yeah, there's changes, but it's all going to be positive reinforcement. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's the same with you with changing your ways post show or whatever. Like it's obviously scary because you're like, oh my god, I'm thinking about way too many things, like a lot more things now, and it's different. But it's also good because it's going to be positive. Like the positive results are going to reap from it.
I just think like every situations are very character building, like everything, like you said, it's positive because we make the most out of everything, even the most negative shit that happens to us. It's like
Yeah.
it's the way you take it, and the way you take whatever happens to you and your perception on it. It's like, okay, how do I flip the script on like it happened for me,
Yeah.
and why that negative things happen for me, and that's how we don't get stuck. And I think that is part of the discipline that we have, how resilient we've gotten within the sport. Like that is all the things that you get from bodybuilding, is the resilient, it's like the adaptation, is like the I'm gonna suck it up. It sucks, but I'm gonna suck it up, and I keep on moving because we gotta keep on moving, because the cardio needs to be done, because the training needs to be done, because the food needs to be done, like no matter what. And you've built that for so long with the years, that everything that's thrown up at us, like we become a little bit like bulletproof on those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And I think it's sometimes very difficult because we think, oh, like, you know, things can be very easy when you can settle for things when things are comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can stay still for a very very long time without realizing it and being like, oh, like this is cool. Like I'm happy with this, but are you actually happy, or are you just happy that or you're not even happy, but is it just okay because it's comfortable for you? You
Right.
know. So, and
Yeah.
that's not even talking about like recent situations, but that's just talking about just situations in general. Do you know what I mean? Like,
For
um,
sure. Yeah.
so I think it's always hard, obviously, but I think it's always needed for growth. So I think it's going to be super exciting to see both of us. Like we even said this however many times. Like it's going to be so cool to look back on all these episodes like a year from now and be like, damn, like how much we've grown and like evolved from so many different perspectives and situations and all that type of thing. Like wild, absolutely wild.
And I think even the growth on how we're taking things happening to us, like that maturity that we have, and like the different ways, like okay, that would have happened to, like what happened to us like 2 years ago would happen to us right now. The way we would react and the way we would go by it would be so different, bro. Like it would be so different. But
Yeah,
it's part of it. Yeah, like, sometimes I look back, I'm like, who was I, to react that way? I was like,
yeah,
but it's okay. We work and we heal and we get better, and all of it is part of our journey. But no, I'm definitely excited. I'm excited for your journey. I think it's gonna be brand new. Like, I mean, I'm gonna live through you so much. I'm like, it's gonna be so
we're gonna be
cool.
living through each other. Like I'm gonna be screaming my head off when I'm at the Olympia supporting you. And that's also another thing like I'm excited to do is to go to shows not in prep and just love that for what it is. Like the stage, being on stage, being a stage mom, like all those little things I'm excited for. And then you're gonna be living through me not competing. just just doing random shit. So
Did you ever went as an amateur like to a show before you started competing, and you're like, I want to be on that stage. I want to do
no.
that.
I never. I
No.
so I did when I've gone to shows as an amateur before and like I wasn't competing. I was prepping for a show, but not like
Okay.
I've never went to a show like before it even competed like ever. Like I remember stepping on stage for the first time and never watching a show before.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. I
Is
mean,
that
I
is that
watched
something? Is that something you recommend to your athletes though? You're like,
No.
please go watch a show. You don't?
Yeah. No, I will recommend. Oh, no, no, no. I will recommend going to a show beforehand and
Yeah.
like seeing what it's about. Like if you can get to a show, seeing what it's about. Even for posing clients, like if you've ever competed before, going to a show I think is very valuable because you can see how the stage is run. You can see how long they hold the girls for potentially. Obviously, I know it's different at every show, but you can get an idea of it. I just literally was. I always say to everyone, like my like I guess, experience when I first started competing. I'm like, never do that. No one ever do that. Like, we prepped for 4 weeks. I've never seen a bodybuilding show before. Like, I watched my posing through YouTube, and that was it. I'm the walking red flag of bodybuilding when I first started. Like, do not copy paste me, because like, it was
The
not good.
walking red flag. For real though, how much
Literally.
time has changed. Oh my god.
I know, that's what I
You
mean.
couldn't pull that off.
No,
You
oh my
could
god,
not
you
pull
could
that
not pull
off.
that off now. Like you couldn't it's like a 1%, not even a 1%, like a 0.11% of anyone pulling that off now. Unless they were completely crazy. But yeah, I mean everything's changed now, like everything's changed. I mean, what was your first experience with competing? Did you watch the show beforehand or did you just go into competing straight away?
I think my first show I actually went there straight away.
Ah,
Wait,
same
am
as
I
me.
lying? No. I think I with the it was a different show. I think it was like the more IFBB like elite situation in the back in this.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's what I saw. But then I went to the Olympia after winning my pro card and I said, one day I'm gonna be on this stage. I
And
actually
look
said
at
that.
you. And look at you. Young
I
Lauralie
said that.
manifested it.
Wow. Wow. What year was that? 2016. So the year that Courtney won, right? I took a picture with Jen Ronzetti, Marcia Goncalves. I took a picture with Norman. I took a picture with Noy Alexander. Do you remember Noy Alexander?
Oh my god. This is
That's the
throwback season.
Yeah. I took a picture with Stephanie Buttermore in the expo. I
Oh
was
my god, I used to
obsessed with
love
her.
her. I used to love her.
What do you mean used? I'm still love her. I still love
To be
her.
fair, I still love her.
Shout out to her and Jeff Nippard because they're I don't know. I love them.
Yeah.
Um, who else I took a picture with? I don't know.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
I actually said, I'm like, I'm going to be on that stage. And I watched the Toronto Pro too. Toronto Pro in 2000. I used to, oh my God, that's where I fell in love with Stephanie Mahoy.
Wait, wasn't it 2000 Wait, was this before you won your pro card, you said, or after?
That was before I won my pro card.
Because
So also it would be 2015.
I just had a random memory in my brain where you went to the 2019 Toronto Pro, didn't you?
Yeah, too, because I was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because,
you watched, didn't you? You didn't
yes, I
compete.
watched.
So I remember, and I don't know why this has just came into my brain. I remember bumping into you.
Yes, by the
And
stairs. I
yeah,
remember.
by the stairs. I just remembered
Thanks.
that. And you were like, you look so good up there. And I was freaking out. I was like, thanks, girl. And that was it. And why that
That
just popped
was
into
it.
my head, that's hilarious. Oh my
And
God.
that was it. Yeah. No, I
That
remember.
sparked a friendship and all that. So,
I mean, yeah. It's kind of like that first bump into each other.
I
And
know.
the
I don't
rest
know why
is
that just,
history.
why that came into my head. I have no clue. I just didn't, I just remembered it now. Um,
What a great show, right? Toronto Pro is such a great
yeah,
show.
it's a very, very good show. I definitely want to go to Canada at some point again this year for sure.
That was my pro debut and it set the bar so high for the other show. It's just so well ran.
Yeah, it
It's just,
is.
yeah, it's a really good show. And it's a big show too because they have all the categories.
Yeah, it has everyone, which is great. So,
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else that you're wanting to catch up on or anything like that? I mean, we've covered so much in terms of stuff on Patreon. I feel
We
bad.
did.
Yeah, we covered loads on the last. I mean, I know I feel bad because a few people have messaged before, like, please post like more on like your actual like YouTube and like stuff instead of just on Patreon. I mean, we post equally on Patreon to say more and stuff, but
I mean, babe, to be honest, we post less because our podcast on here they're longer.
Yeah,
On Patreon, it's just a lot more narrowed down and
yeah.
more straight to the point. And there's a little aspect of like exclusive and just safety. I don't know. So weird. Um,
Safety, but we also love being able to share our journeys and stuff on both platforms. So, I
yeah, we
mean, if
don't
you
we don't we don't hold back on
no,
either platform, but I think it's just because since we're going more straight to the point in that platform, we like forget the catch up is it's just more we just go more in deep quicker. Yeah. But
no,
no,
I
what
get
about
that.
there's so much to say. I mean, season has started officially. I mean, you're busy with your clients. I'm super busy. I'm going to the Clash next week, and that's a
That'd
big
be
show in
fun.
itself. Yeah, so I'm going to
Yeah,
be there. Kim is going to be there too. We're going to have this like round table thing. So very excited to like have Kim, Aldo, and I just being around the table and just talking about stuff. Because all three of us are kind of like expert in our own field now, so
yeah,
it's going to be fun. Um, I was trying to get Sandy to come, but I don't know if she's going to be too busy. But I would love to have her as the expert, obviously, and
yeah,
as a woman in the sport. As a woman in the sport for
yeah,
so long, she saw so many things. So I don't know. Good stuff to come. Just the usual, which is good too. Keeping the things that serve us. It's still the motto. We keep the things
yeah.
that serve us, and like the things that doesn't. What's the motto, babe? You put it in
What
the hashtag.
the oh fuck
Oh, what serves us? No, what doesn't
what doesn't deserve
deserve us.
no, what did we used to say? What
What does?
what doesn't serve you don't deserve you. Was that it?
Amen. I can
What
I can
doesn't
finish on
serve you
that.
don't
Okay,
deserve you.
it's so good.
Don't serve you. So, well, it was lovely catching. I feel like I've literally spoken to you every day this week.
Babe,
I've
I
literally,
almost I almost called you this morning. I held myself back. I was like, she's gonna think I'm crazy because I was up at like I was up at 3:30 because it's been raining and like Glue's been having like Glue's meaning our dog
yeah,
has been just being like kind of uneasy like the rain
yeah.
and like I don't know, it's just the food. I don't know what it is, but just uneasy. So I've walked her in the morning 3:30 like wide awake. I just started making pancakes. I was like I can't sleep anyway, so just yeah.
You're
I
like,
was
let's
like
call
I'm up.
Phoebe.
So I've been up, but then I changed my clients to like I don't know. I was like maybe I'm gonna sleep in with the rain. So I kind of changed my client, kind of reschedule them back. But I
Yeah,
was like, are you girls up to just like go back to like initial schedule and just like do it like, bro?
that's
Sometimes I do
funny.
that, because I'm like, oh, it's better that way. But yeah, so ended up I was like, I had a big gap, so I was like, let me call Phoebe. But I was like, okay, no, she's gonna think you're crazy. Instead of being so
Oh, you're
clingy.
funny. No, always call me at any time, girl. Anytime, anytime. But thank you for. I don't know why I'm saying thank you for the pod. And this is how I'm sleep deprived. I'm so. Thank you for the podcast. Thank you for
Wait,
listening, is what I meant to say.
you have such a great day tomorrow. I'm excited for you.
I mean, it's a
I'm
busy
sending you the
day.
energy.
I have, for some reason, I booked. Uh, people thought,
I
I
mean,
think
like,
I.
I'm trying to understand, like, are all of your weekend that booked? Because
No,
why
they're
did you book
not.
so? You
Because the
you thought you
last
were
two
leaving?
weeks, no, yeah, no, because the last 2 weeks have been just super busy. So I've just booked people back to back on Saturday,
Yeah.
this Saturday and Sunday, um, and then because obviously I've been competing loads, so I was like, okay, let's just open up Saturday and Sunday. I'm here by myself. I don't have
Mm.
anyone to be accountable to, so let's just book it in. Let's work. And I've got 9 a.m. till 7 a.m. tomorrow, 7 p.m.
On it,
tomorrow.
honestly, you're gonna be fine.
I
You're
know.
gonna be fine.
A lot of
It's
caffeine
better.
needed.
Yeah, it's better in person. Like, don't even rest. Like in between, you just like you like
I
make
don't.
them rolling.
Go. I
Make
don't. I
them
don't
run.
even have any rest anyway. I'm not resting. It's fine. I haven't even booked myself in like 10 minutes, which is fine. But no, I love. I like I said, I love it regardless. But I think I don't know why I booked in that many back to back. But I'm excited for it, and I think it'll be cool I like just seeing people in person. To be fair, like it just brings me back to like my old times where I was in the UK, like doing a lot of that. Also, I just like human contact. Like sometimes like when you're in
Yeah.
person with someone, like actually being to work with someone physical, like physically there, because the world we live in now is just everything's online. So yeah, so it's just nice. I'm excited for.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
So if anyone have, listened to us and watched this podcast up until this time, please let us know in the comment down below, like, where are you at in your season? Are you off season for a while? Are you in season? Are you like on recomp? Are you like, where are you right now? Are you just living life? Are you about to get married? Are you about to get a baby? Like, we want to know in what season you're in right now. So let us know down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please, okay, I'll let you finish that thing. That's you.
You always do that. I'm like, you can do
You're
it.
better than me. I don't know,
You were
like
on a roll, girl. I was waiting. I was like, yeah, girl, she's got this. She's got this.
Spotify. Please like and follow. Give us a 5-star on Spotify. I don't even know. Can they give us a five
Yes,
star on
they
Spotify?
can. They can. Rate us on Spotify. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff.
It really helps the channel.
It
It
does
really
help it.
helps us.
It really helps the channel. It helps push us out there. Oh, we love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Love you, Phoebes. Bye, guys. Love you
Bye.
all.